Good morning, good morning. Welcome again. Today is December 5th, and it's on Friday, and it marks the last Friday, every single Friday in this month. It's gonna be the last Friday of the year of 2025. But it's, as you can see here, it's actually 8:30 in the morning. Very rare do I wake up this early, but today I woke up this early, despite the fact that despite the fact that yesterday I slept at 1:20, around 1:50, almost 2 a.m. But today I woke up earlier, and it was my goal to wake up earlier. But there's a reason for that, and I just found out today. Last couple days, I mentioned how it's gonna be snowing today, so like I see, I tried to power the map, didn't come up, but you see today it's snowing. It's -3 degrees Celsius. My app is running under Celsius, but Washington is still snowing today, right? The whole day is snowing. So there's gonna be snowing another Friday next coming weeks. So I woke up and I look up in the window, because the goal of waking up today earlier was to go to the gym. I wanted to go to the gym. I was like, I really need to wake up earlier, go to the gym, then work on my assignments and get everything done so that I'm free. Because tomorrow on Saturday I'm gonna be studying for the 2 exams that I have next week. So where in my mind I was thinking like, oh, I woke up earlier, this is so wonderful, like it's great, like I never did this before. But I think there's a reason why I woke up earlier than usual. And I think part of that reason is because of the weather changes. I think so, because normally I sleep like 2 a.m. and I wake up like 1 o'clock or 1 a.m. right in the morning. So, but from this summer until this fall, I was sleeping, I wake up late, sleeping late, I wake up late. So I was not really feeling it, and I think because it was weather was really changing. So when I woke up and I was excited to go, I was even like about to go after taking a shower, and I'm standing here in the kitchen and I'm trying to get some breakfast here. This is a tea. I made some chara bread yesterday. This chara bread is pretty awesome, right? You can see now it's nicer than it was before. And I look down in the window over here, and there is something dropping, and then I open up my window at my apartment and look down here. Snowing everywhere. So it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, for the first time in Washington DC, I get to see the snow. When I moved here, it was packed. This is like nothing. This is like pretty small snow, not too much. But when I moved here in January this year, it was packed everywhere. It was very snowing, so heavy that even the swearing of Trump administration was paused because of the snow. So they had to do indoors. So it was brutal. It has to be cold outside. When I put my hands on here, it really does. It does seem like it's cold. I don't feel cold inside because, like I mentioned, when I moved here, these machines over here make the room very warm. So pretty fantastic. Like not that much craziness going on here. So that's what I want to share. I'm gonna go out and check out the snow, I guess, and then maybe make some videos. But it's early in the mornings, and it's gonna be snowing even more. Like next week, it's gonna snow as well. But today is just simply that's what I wanted to share. That that it's going to be. It's just started snowing, and it starts like this, and then it gets more and more and more towards winter. And the surprising thing is, like when I moved here, I was really afraid that when I was driving from North Carolina to Washington DC, once you start getting entering into Virginia, like Northern Virginia, you start seeing snow slowly, and then over time it becomes more and more and more snow. I was getting scared of snow, but then after spending some time here in DC, I actually realized actually snow is actually good for me, like because when it's too cold, I get to sleep deeply and I get to wake up earlier, so I can actually perform better. When it's warmer, I sleep late because I have to sleep late to do other things, and then I cannot. When I go to bed, I cannot sleep. Like I have to like stay awake for another 2 hours, which doesn't make me sleep until like I don't know, like way later. So this is wonderful. I am going to have dinner. Like again, it's really it says it's sleet forecast. So I don't know what that means. But as you can see, it says 100% snowing from now until like I don't know, 12 o'clock. So I might hold on from going to the gym until 12. But yeah, it's actually beautiful here. So yeah, it's very fascinating to me because people who live here people who came to Washington D.C. from another state. No. People came to Washington D.C. from like another country that doesn't have snow. They get surprised when I tell them that I actually don't know snow, like never seen snow before, because they don't believe that there is no snow in North Carolina, there's no snow in California, and I've been in those two states, never seen snow. The only time I've seen snow is when I am in the mountains or I'm in a plane flying. So it's gonna be my other experience that I'm going to document again in DC is just waking up in the morning and seeing snow. That's all I can say. Just just wonderful things, and so I'm gonna pause off. I'm going to the gym. I'm just gonna do other things, and hopefully that will eventually, because I don't want to walk in the snow and go to the gym, and it's impractical, and it's probably the gym is probably maybe close to as well, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's what I have to share. Then yesterday I presented my research paper. The time was really fast. I didn't have time to go through it, but I'm gonna make a video, like a detailed video, throughout the whole, like take some time, like an hour, explaining my research, explaining my variables, explaining my other things. And because I talk about these things, I don't really post like the slides, I don't post statistics, right? So I'm gonna make a video someday, a detailed video, and post it on here on the channel, and then people can find it someday and trying to find one of my things that I present. That's all I have for today, and I was not because yesterday when I checked to see if it's gonna snow today, it didn't come up, so I was not expecting to see snow. I was just like, whatever. So today and next Friday, so it seems like it's gonna be snowing every week. It makes sense now, because if it snows next Friday, that means we're going to see snow every other week all to January, and January is going to be snowing really heavily. It snows even more heavily during February all the way to March, then it goes down again. People who live there for so long, they tend to say, oh, there's not that much snow, because for them, they are used to like huge snow. This one over here I just saw in North Carolina is like huge. This is like huge, so they don't get that much snow. So yeah, it's another thing I want to mention here is that when it's snowing, it looks beautiful. Trees normally, like I have trees in my neighborhood, so I'm gonna show a little bit. So like you can see, trees really look somehow beautiful. They look great, right? As you can see, they look more like Christmas trees, something like that. And because it's fall, all the trees are fallen, so all the leaves are fallen. So the trees are supposed to be empty with nothing on it, but when it snows, those snows get stuck on those trees, and it becomes like tree leaves. So it looks absolutely like the trees have little tiny white things on it. It looks much better in Washington D.C. Capitol and the White House and those buildings because it does look absolutely amazing. And I will showcase this, and I will make a video. Actually today I'll be driving to Virginia to showcase the amazing part of the amazing part of like the roads, how the roads are gonna be. I wanna document the driving experience in the snow, how it feels like. My tires are great, so I don't have any problem. Hopefully, but when it's snowing here in DC, people don't drive, people stay home, which I was surprised to see. People stay home, it stays quiet, right? That's what I can say. I think actually, which makes sense because now like it snows on Friday, right? Like if you have a job from Monday to Friday, you don't have to go to the office today. You just stay home. So it's beautiful that it is like God makes Washington D.C. rains, or no rains, but snows on Friday. The snow just so it might dry out soon because it's very small. That's just my assumption, but it doesn't hold. It could actually snow and stays cold, because as you can see in my phone, it says the temperature is going to be 0 degrees Celsius. So I'll use Fahrenheit, but it's going to be 0 degrees. It's going to be negative degrees the whole week, right? So you don't really necessarily expect to see the air quality index is 28%, which is better than yesterday at about this time. So it's on the green, so we have the best air quality. This is why it's really amazing to live in DC, these snow states or countries or cities, because you know, like in California this time, the air quality is like right here, which is really not good, you know. Winter advisory, these conditions are expected to last until 4 p.m. Friday, and from average daily high is it's negative 7%, 7 degrees. So yeah, that's what I have to share for today. I have to finalize my research paper today and get it done, and then hopefully I can finish it. Hopefully I don't have to sleep because it's snowing. Hopefully I have to do it and finish it, and finish my regulations and all that stuff, and call it a day. After, if I can finish my research paper tonight, I'll be definitely happy to have less stress and have a day off, and at some point just do something else, whatever I'm gonna have to do. Before I close this video, I just want to comment that yesterday Trump signed an agreement between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. These two nations had some sort of disputes and conflicts within the regions. So yesterday they were here in Washington D.C. with the other, I believe, African presidents who came in to witness that agreement signing, and I was impressed by how actually Trump perceived these two countries positively. There was some deals regarding the mineral resources in Congo, so that means that the US is going to have access to minerals, I believe, and then ensure security. I'm not too sure how that is going to work, but overall I am really excited about this journey, and I'm excited to see where these two nations go. I mentioned earlier that the success, like Rwanda is growing really fast, like 8% growth, which is fantastic. but Rwanda cannot succeed if their neighbors are not doing great. So the things I would think about area like this past few weeks or so is that there has to be peace in the regions. That includes the Uganda or Congo and Burundi, and then you have Congo Brazzaville, which other country borders Congo? I think Tanzania, I believe. I'm not too sure if that borders Congo. I don't know. I don't remember geography of Africa. But that plays a key role. Congo is a huge country and it has 100 million people. That's a lot of people. That is the highest population per any country within East Africa, right? Even West Africa too. And no, Central Africa, I mean, because West Africa, which country is this? The Nigeria like screws the numbers. But this showcases how Congo has such a wonderful consumption rate, and that is something that I think most leaders in East Africa take for granted when they don't really act fast and quicker to end the conflict, which has been going on for 30 years. So when I was looking at the development of Congo, not just Congo, but the whole East Africa, that includes two countries, Rwanda and Uganda, I realized that from my economic perspective, these two nations will never develop, no matter how much they try, if they don't really consult with the Democratic Republic of Congo. A country also not only does it have the largest population, which is a good consumption rate, they do also have minerals that we use in our batteries and our phones. My computer contains minerals from Congo, right? My car has minerals from Congo, like the batteries are made from there. My iPhone, probably even my GoPro, right? Like we use them all the time, and these minerals get exported to China. Then China makes US products. So we do benefit from Congo, and I think that our benefits should also benefit the people of East Africa, particularly the people of Congo. But the conflicts, which takes place in the area where there is many minerals and resources, in the Katanga regions, South and North Kivu, right? Those areas do have the largest mineral resource reserve, probably in all Africa. And then you have too many people coming in and then extracting minerals, and that creates some sort of like a bureaucracy, poor governance, right? And then you have militias coming in, and those militias are really hard to differentiate, right? And then creates like some sort of like very complex issues that is really hard to solve, even for a government like Congo. The second thing about that part of Congo is that it generates the largest revenue both to Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi, because those three countries do station on the border of that part of Congo. It's Eastern Congo. It's the most economically advanced region in the whole East Africa. Like there's so much going on in that area. And when there's a conflict, everything shuts down. The airport shuts down. People don't consume, right? People who live there have to flee to neighboring countries, right? And that is really not a good thing. So when I saw the agreements, I am hoping that Trump mentioned that these two gentlemen, the Kagame and the Tshisekedi, those are the two presidents of those two nations. They get along. They get along, and Trump understands. Like he's the guy who understands people. Who he can tell people's personality. So if he says they get along, probably they do. So that's I would say that's all I have to share for today, and I was really excited about what they did, like the decision they made by signing the agreement. I think it's called the Washington Accord, whatever they call it. So my goal is to see these two nations having economic ties. Now, they are militaries. The Congo accuses. I was watching a documentary yesterday before this popped up, and I need to finish this documentary. They are militaries that is in Congo called M23, right? In French they call this M23. M23. These militias, they are the ones that are taking over the entire eastern Congo, because they used to be smaller. Before, there used to be other militias like Mai Mai, which means water, water, like drinking water, and then they have like other types of militias, right? But those became weaker, and then like M23 became like bigger. So right? Those militaries, they fight each other, and then one rose up to the power, right? So Congo has been sort of like accusing Rwanda for supporting these militia groups, because these militia groups, they are fighting for people who speak Kinyarwanda like groups in the eastern Congo. So these militias, they are now taking over an entire part of eastern Congo. Like they really have the key economic area, including Goma. Goma is like the most economically advanced area, and Goma serves both Uganda and Rwanda. So by shutting down the economic activities in Goma, it affects Uganda, it also affects Rwanda. And there are only two countries that have not been able to denounce M23, and one of those two countries is Uganda and Rwanda. But Uganda has been like very silent on it. They never really mention anything about it. Uganda does have labels, like anti-government labels in Congo. So Uganda has been actually actively sending soldiers on the border, not necessarily inside the Congo, but on the border, to defend rebels from coming in and attacking Ugandan people. There's been cases where these rebels will come in and like ban Ugandan schools in Kasese regions and those part of mountain areas, because it is very mountainous. The more like if you come from Rwanda, if you come from the way Africa is built, is that it's built from this Rift Valley system, right? So if you come from down, maybe down, maybe up, depends on how you see it. If you come from as you come from Somalia, Kenya, Tanzania, then you wave towards the eastern part, the central part, which is towards Congo. You start to go from desert to like Rift Valley, like the empty valleys, where there is like only grass and small hills. Then you start getting to the mountains. So when you come from Rwanda towards from Tanzania towards Rwanda, or from Uganda towards Tanzania towards Uganda, you start off with like very normal village, good looking places. Then as you enter towards Congo, you enter into the jungle, like very mountainous, very trees heavy, bush heavy, like very heavy mountains. So when I say rebels attack schools and communities in the Ugandan regions towards Congo, and Uganda cannot do anything about it because it's really heavy, it's really tough to defend these people in that region, because those are the village people. These people live there for a long time, and they have nothing to do with the labels. But that area is so complicated, like it's so tough to live. It's a really tough area, and it's very mountainous. It's very hard to deploy the army, the military, and everything. And with lower resources, it's really hard to fight the labels. So Uganda has been very silent on the M23 because M23 is not really bothering Uganda. I don't think it's bothering Rwanda either. It's only bothering Congo. So there hasn't been much of any. And also M23 is used by because it's people of M23 speak somehow Kinyarwanda. They can also like send some information to these two nations, so they can send information to Uganda about the military, anti-government military to Uganda. They can also send information to Rwanda about anti-Rwandan government military in Congo. So that has been one of the debate, whether why don't those two countries denounce M23, because M23 is very strong, but because those two nations, Uganda and Rwanda, have the strongest military in East Africa, which they send in Somalia and Sudan. So the debate has been, if these two are not defending M23, why can't they denounce it? So that has been a debate, and that's why we actually see Paul Kagame being the mediator or some sort of like the front line of these discussions. So my goal is to see these countries really get along and end the war, and my goal is to see all the militias within Eastern Congo putting down their firearms, which is extremely hard because the entire area is extremely infected by the militias. It's not just M23, but it's also other militias. You may kick out M23, but it's gonna come other militias in there as well. And the people who suffers the most is the people who live in that village, people who are just living about their own lives. So that's what I have to share. I didn't need to go this deep, but other than that, I will see what's going on in the future. But for now, let me just get some tea and finish some work. Like always, thanks for watching, and ciao ciao. Bye.